In other words, this is about the legalization, or I should say, this is about the process of legalization. They're identical. So how would you say one is legitimate and another is illegitimate? States' rights are states' rights. You're either going to honor them or you're not. Put better, let the people decide. They've already decided. And therefore, if the people in California or Colorado want non-medical use, and they have approved that, and they're doing so at a higher tax rate, that's states' rights. That's what the people have chosen. That's exactly what I'm calling on the president to support.
Good.
One more. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Quick question about the distinction between the legislative branch and the executive branch.
Yes.
Anti-scheduling is all related. My understanding of the Controlled Substances Act is that the DEA's job is to hold an evidentiary hearing as the proper schedule for a psychoactive substance. The DEA has refused to hold an evidentiary hearing since 1988, and that's the meaning of the rejection of a rescheduling petition. What is your thought about the utility of focusing on a breakdown in the bureaucratic structure in which the executive branch agency refuses to consider evidence?
A good question. I would want to examine it a little further, but I would go so far as to say that I think, and if you have had the opportunity to see the Netflix documentary Get Me Roger Stone, I believe that you storm every gate. I believe that you attack at every opening. The NIH doesn't conduct studies that are significant enough, large enough, broad enough, well-funded enough to get to the truth. In fact, they just the opposite. They rig studies to try to show that cannabis has no effect. Well, I have an obvious question. If cannabis has no medical value, why does the federal government hold the patent on synthetic THC? So the answer is I'm open to it. I'm open to any front where we can make progress in terms of holding the federal government's and this administration's feet to the fire.
Will you take one last question?
Yes, if I may. One last question.
Don't get thrown out to book signing also.
Oh, yes.
So, this movement has brought cannabis.
Microphone.
Go to the mic. I don't have
Take the mic, it's okay.
So, this movement has brought legal cannabis to 29 states in the D.C. We have done this exclusively through the voter-initiated ballot measure process. It's a process we know very well. In New York, we have no such opportunity, simply not in the Constitution.
Yes.
But our Constitution has in it a clause that only 14 states have. And that's a requirement that periodically the voters vote on the question, do you want to have a state constitutional convention?
Yes.
It's coming up this November 7th.
Yes.
What's your position? Should we do that, or are we at risk from the outside groups, like some of those that you are involved with, of hijacking our convention?
I'm in favor of the convention, of the constitutional convention. And the reason I am is because while the forces arrayed against us have more money, we have more people. And I have an inherent belief in the voters. I think the voters, when given all the information, almost invariably do the right thing. So I am among those who is in favor of a constitutional convention in New York State simply because the state mechanism lacks a vehicle for legalization, which has been so successful in other states.
We're with you.
All right, great, thank you. Thank you very much. I will be at my booth out here signing some books, answering questions. If you want to help the United States Cannabis Coalition, come see us.